This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, and now let's check in and see if CHARLEY-K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, I certainly do. You're 20 on a SDR here, and that big storm, we missed it. They had as much as 40 inches plus of snow in parts of southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont, all the way down through Pennsylvania, and, in New York State. We only had 1.2 inches of snow. Beautiful day today. It's about 23 or 4 degrees. I've got a short but a very, very nice chat on last Sunday, and that was the 13th, and we had Captain Mike up at 35 western of 35,000 feet over western Nebraska, heading east. Do you copy, Jim? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Copying on the Rochester SDR at 20 over. I was on my local antenna for a little while, and it was about 8 over, so it's a little cleaner on the Rochester. Roger.
About 8 over, so it's a little cleaner on the Rochester. Roger.
Okay, Roger. Let me see if I can get this to work. Once in a while, the jack connection into the cassette is not great, and I have to put my finger on it. But here's Captain Mike last Sunday morning, the 13th.
Crosswind right now. We're only doing about 470 knots. It's about 1,300 miles from Philadelphia. Estimating Philly at 140 your time there. But let's see, that should be pretty cold up there. That's about minus 56 minus. But a lot of snow down below there. Jordan, you still there? November, Kilo 9, November Zulu Foxtrot from KS4 Whiskey Charlie. When I get into Philadelphia, my brother-in-law Mark is going to be waiting for me in his truck, and we're going to drive 9 hours to Virginia. So.
Okay, there you are. I had a breakdown, brief breakdown there, but he was over western Nebraska, just east of Scotts Bluff. After he had passed out of Wyoming, and he had snow on the ground right out in front of him that he was looking at. Yes, KX4 Whiskey Charlie, K1GZL. Sorry about that, breakdown.
Roger, Charlie. Well, listen, when you finally got your finger on the problem, it cleared up. Listen, I just wanted to make you aware that if it's a problem with that cassette machine on the jack, it's not getting its normal pass-through. I understand that Walmart is still selling cassette machines if you might need a substitute, Roger.
Cassette machines if you might need a substitute, Roger.
Yeah, it's not the cassette itself. It's the jack going into the cassette. It occasionally breaks down. Other times goes beautiful. There are no problems. But unfortunately, this particular time, it acted up. It did act up there. Yeah, Captain Mike, he does a terrific job. And he's only got an 8-foot piece of wire for an antenna on the front of the 45-degree angle tail. So that was fun. But this doesn't happen all the time. But every once in a while, I do have this connection. But I have another cassette. I use that, and I have the same problem. So it's in the jack system on the connector. Okay, I'll turn it back to you. I won't hold it too long. You may have many stations ready to Christmas. I may not be here next Friday. Jim. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. I will certainly. I'll look for you, but I won't be surprised if you're missing an action, since you may have other things to do, and I understand that. Gosh, your signal, I just went back to my local antenna, and you were a little bit better that time than Rochester, Roger.
Okay, well, that's the way it goes on the propagation. So we had a couple of days where conditions were not quite as good as normal down into Australia. They were all right, but they seem to be skipping over. They seem to, well, not skipping over, but weaker. And sporadic E, short skip, was extremely good. Very, very good. But this morning was a little bit better. So I'll turn it back to you, Jim. And you're 25 over 9 right now, direct. KC9VKV on this sunny day up here. K1GZL and an L. We only got 5 inches of snow on the ground, and that's all we have right now. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, that last transmission, I went over to my loop antenna, and I had pre-positioned my rotatable loop to a 45-degree angle from my location, which should be right on top of you. And I was checking it to AB with my my other antenna, which is a dipole antenna, and it was usually about 4 to 5 dB hotter than my dipole, although there would be changes back and forth. It wasn't like that the magnetic loop antenna would be consistently hotter than the dipole, only usual more so on than off. Roger?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Let me give you an example of that situation. Now, WA30, Mike, he lives on the east side, Monroeville, I believe it is, just on the east side of Pittsburgh, and he has a second location in Weirton, about 35 miles further west in Weirton, West Virginia. And there have been times when he would copy me 30 to 40 dB stronger, just at 35 miles further west. It's very, very sharp when you get into sporadic E short skip. But right now you are really blasting in.
There would be changes back and forth. It wasn't like that, the magnetic loop antenna would be consistently hotter than the dipole.
Okay, I ought to give you an idea how you're coming in, like a local broadcast station. Okay, Jim, thank you very much for picking me up. And Merry Christmas to you, and let's hope the new year will be much better for all of us there, and with this Kovac and all that business, I certainly hope that the vaccines will do better, and people will be careful not to, forget that stuff that disease can spread. That disease can spread extremely fast if we're not careful. But eventually, hopefully, that'll all be behind us, and we may have learned something. So I'll sign with you, Jim, and thank you very much for picking me up. KC9VKV, K1GZL and an L.
Roger, Charlie. And just before you go, I did want to express condolences for Mike's Arecibo dish collapse. Roger.
Mike's Arecibo dish collapse. Roger.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jim, WA3FET spent a lot of time working with the group down there at Arecibo. And what had happened was they have huge cables that feed into the arm and all over the different parts of the dish. And all of a sudden, gradually, I guess it's over the last couple of years, some of those strands would break, and then more of them would break, and then eventually they broke to the point that the whole thing, most of it collapsed. It collapsed, and I don't believe anybody was hurt, thank goodness. But that was a great tragedy. That was a great tragedy, Jim. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger, and you know, YouTube has a video of that collapse. You can see the first main cable snap, and then it's just one thing after another. Those cables just let go one by one, and then pretty soon the whole thing come crashing down. But YouTube does have a video of the Arecibo collapse.
YouTube does have a video of the Arecibo collapse.
Yeah, I didn't see it on YouTube, but I did see it on national TV and also one of the TV networks. They showed it coming down, and one of the fellows we work, I'm trying to think if it's called KP4, Angel. His name is Angel, and he was right up in the control room at the time it happened, and that is a sight he will never, ever forget when you consider the amount of technology and work that was put in to this dish. All the way around, but let's hope 2021 and on is much, much better. Okay, Jim, great. I don't want to, we might say, hog the net here, and it'll make me feel guilty. It'll make me feel guilty with my tail between my legs. KC9VKV, K1GZL. You've been terrific copy up here.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. 73 up that way, sir. Always a pleasure, and we will look for you next Friday. But if we don't hear you, we'll understand. So 73 up that way, and we'll catch you later. This is KC9VKV. My name is Jim, and this is the Qso-Vlog net. I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. We are recording now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 12/18/20, and that will take you directly to this Qso-Vlog recording. If you just use the call letter search, that'll take you to our Qso-Vlog page, where you'll be looking at around 1,440 recorded Qso-Vlog recordings. This is KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.